outside, either one, right? He's gonna be looking to try to expose the heel. So my biggest thing here is right. So if he is able to get my knee inside the line between my hip and ankle, he has the ability to grab my heel. As long as my knee stays outside that line, he can't get a hold of my heel. Like, try to get it right now without bringing the knee in.
Yes, I can.
Right, there's nothing for him to grab, right? That's why he's using this leg to try to get my knee inside of that line, right? So my job is to keep my knee outside that line, which keeps my heel up against his ribs. So whatever makes sense in your head, I just feel the connection of the inside of my heel against his ribs, and I try to maintain that connection. If it makes more sense for you to focus on the knee, then focus on the knee. You know, whatever makes sense to you. But as he goes to dig, he has to turn and go and dig. And so as he does, I just keep my, driving that knee outside that line, keeping my heel against his ribs, and he can't finish me. So he has to continue to try to turn to dig. So as he continues to try to turn to dig, that's what creates the roll. So as I roll, when I first land, I land on this hip, which means my knee is inside that line. So that exposure's there. So when I first land here, I have to go quick back to this hip to get my knee outside that line, right? That's the moment where I'm in the most danger during the roll, right? So as we go again, he starts digging and going, right there, I gotta get all the way to the other side. And that's what's gonna keep that heel from popping through, right? If we switch it to an inside, he has to go 411 for me, just because 50-50 is a little different. But so on the, in a 411 situation, it's the same, just in reverse now. So now that line between my ankle and my hip, I want to keep my knee to the inside of that line, to my inside of that, right? And that's what's going to keep that. He wants to get my knee to the outside of that line, right? So, so this time I'm turning and trying to maintain that as he continues to dig. That creates the roll. Same thing when I land on this hip. That's the moment when I'm in the most danger. So I have to make that quick turn to get back to my other hip, right? And that's going to keep that from getting exposed, right? So let's play with both of those a little bit back and forth. Just go a couple of times on the roll through on each side, and get used to that, keeping that heel covered. Person who's attacking, if they mess up, grab the heel, to remind them to get it connected again, and then continue through, right? Let's hit it. 3, 2, 1. My heel until I have that moment to clear my knee line, right? So I know he's gonna go dig for this heel, right? So I still have to protect and keep that. But as I roll, I'm looking for options to start pulling that heel out, right? So we'll do the 411 again for me. So the big thing with this one is, right now, this leg is way up here by my hip. My knee is way down here, especially since my legs are so incredibly long, right? So I need to go this entire distance to clear my knee line, unless I bring his leg closer to my knee, right? Now I just need to go that far, and my knee is clear, right? So I'm going to connect to this knee as much as I can, to make that easier to clear my knee, right? So as he goes to do that, I'm gonna immediately connect to this knee as we roll. At the same time, this foot is coming in to start looking for his hips, right? And so as we go, I want to be able to push off of his hips and push this knee to clear my leg. When I decide to pull that, I can't be bending my knee, because then I'm stopping my own ability to clear my leg. I want to straighten my leg and actually point my toes. That's going to give me the best chance to slide my leg out. Right? So as he goes to hunt, I'm pushing, finding the hips, and clearing. Does that make sense? So let's start with just the 411 and do that, and then we'll come back and discuss the outside heel hook. It's much the same, but just let's do one at a time just to make sure we've got it down, right? Let's hit it. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, the beginning is still the same, right? I gotta hide my heel, so I gotta get my knee outside that line, instead of inside like we did in 411. So I'm hiding my heel, and as he goes to dig for this one, right? I'm coming up and coming through. This time I'm not pushing on his legs. I'm looking to get my foot either right behind his knee, and then now is what I'm gonna just pull out, right? So we're here, he starts digging for that, come up, fine, pull, run away, right? So this one's different because pushing this knee does not push his leg closer to my knee, so it doesn't help me for the escape. Does that make sense? Right? Now if he's flaring it like this, then I'm gonna push, right? But if he's attacking it this way and he's digging for that heel, I don't need to push this. So it really depends on what he does here. If he's flaring this way, while he's looking for that exposure, then I've got to push this knee, right? Same as we were doing in 411, right? And then as he continues to dig for it, I got to continue to hide, and then I run away, right? Right. Cool, let's play with 3, 2, 1. So if I'm able to hide my heel, we won't even talk about if they have double trouble yet in dealing with that. But if I'm able to keep my heel hidden, now I can start, this counter situation. So there's different ways I can counter. We have, first we'll just play with flipping the 411. And then we'll talk about, switching it to, from him having 411 to me having double outside. Or even going to 50-50. We have a bunch of different options here. But when we go to flip this 411, I'm doing the same things initially. I'm hiding my heel and I'm pushing. The difference is here is I'm able to get my foot behind his leg before he starts creating the roll opportunity. So because my foot is able to come over, and all I'm doing is just flipping it over the top, right? Bringing my foot to my thigh. Now I'm just gonna stomp his other knee. Now that I have this, both hands go to this leg, and I open this up. So that now, go ahead and grab the heel. Even if he has the heel, and he tries to finish the heel hook, like he can't. He has no pressure. I can turn my hips all I want to clear, and negate what he's doing. Right? The only way he finishes now is if I'm just stubborn and I just try to sit here while he twists my leg. I'm like, oh, now I've got to tap. But he has no way of stopping my hip motion. So as he twists that, I just turn and pull my leg out. Right? So once I get to this stomp and I'm here, now I'm just going to point my toes and pull my leg out. Right? Now I bring this leg over the top and I have 411. Right, so let's go back. So again, and I want to do it this way because you'll see like guys in drills when they do this, it starts getting kind of sloppy because they'll sit here and they'll just come under and play this game. But if this guy has good control, that's not going to work, right? I've got to turn, hide my heel, get this post in his knee, right? And then now my foot comes on top of his leg. And now I'm going to stomp towards his other knee. Now I can square back up to him to pull my leg out and come over the top. And I come under and I hook this far leg. And the reason is if I can, I want double trouble still. So this foot will come under and pull his leg to me. So I have here, or I can at least get my double trouble if if he's doing a good job hiding his heel, right? One more time. So we're here, I'm hiding the heel. Pushing, come on top, stomp the other knee, pull the leg out, catch, and both my feet are under his far leg, right? If I want to finish, we go to the shoulder, and we finish there. Make sense? Let's do it, 3, 2, 1. Get to that stacking pass from double outside, but first I have to be able to get to double outside. And so if this guy knows how to play Ashi really well, like the typical pushing the foot off the hip coming out isn't going to be enough for me to stop what he wants to do. You know, because it's going to be one of those things is as I come around this corner, he's going to get his bite and he's just going to step over the leg and he's going to finish me anyway. Right? So, you know, so instead what I want to do is I want to reverse this situation. I want to get it to double outside so I can come up and stack him. So again, first I've got to make sure my heel is hidden. So I'm making that turn to keep my heel attached to him. And now, you know, instead of pushing this knee down, I want to start trying to find a way to wedge his foot, right? So from here, I'm just going to start looking to come down his shin a little bit, and then I'm going to start working away. And then I'm going to slide to his ankle, right? Now that I'm on his ankle, you know, and in this spot, I can come under, and I can pass this across, become up and stack, right? And then now I can come on top, hit my vaporizer, wherever I want to go from there, right? So again, we're coming back to this Ashi. We're playing in here, he's got this bite. You know, maybe I can't even push this off, so that's not even an option. He's just really, you know, strong in this spot. You know, so I'm just gonna come in and get to his shin where I can initially, which is usually up high, right? I'm gonna start opening this up, so keep that tight. I'm just gonna open this up and slide down to his ankle, right? So that I have this control here, right? You can even use your leg to help you. You can come in here and pull this up. So I'm in this spot, pass it across, and now we're in double outside, and now I can come up and stack. So I know in the warm-ups we do the rear naked choke grip. You know, they show that. That's for if he already has my heel. If I'm hiding my heel, I don't need that. I just come up and stack, right? Now I clear vapor tail, vaporizer for the, you know, for the flip in the situation, right? So let's do one more. So we're here, I'm catching in the shin, opening this up, catching here, coming under, pass across, stack. Slide it through, vaporize, right? Let's get it. 3, 2, 1. Right. If I hop over, all he has to do is step over, and he still has control of my hips. Now he just has a reverse Ashi. So I just traded one problem for another, right? The other reason is when guys get really good at playing Ashi, you're not getting his foot off the hip. As I go to push this, he's just gonna drive this knee to the mat. Right? So, you go up against Sean Applegate's guys, their Ashi is so good, you're not getting this off your hip. Right? So if he's super strong and I feel that, you know, one, or if I just don't even want to mess with it, right? Now I'm coming in here, and I'm opening this up, and controlling, and coming underneath. Right? Does that make sense? All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.